In India, there is a painter who paints not with a brush, but with a typewriter.
I'm Gurumurthy. I make art on typewriter.
Gurumurthy used to be a banker and art was his hobby. His paintings were nice but unsuccessful until he had a crazy idea.
Why don't I use typewriter for making artwork?
But it was a lot harder than he thought because typewriters have no erase buttons. A little mistake means you must start over. But he continued and he created hundreds of artworks only with a typewriter that people loved. Because of this, he retired from banking and now he is a full-time artist with a typewriter. Gurumurthy is an example. If you want to stand out from the crowd, you gotta do things differently. That's 1 minute. See you tomorrow.
This woman organized more than 1,700 proposals and no one ever said no.
Hi Nas Daily, I'm Ash.
She is a world expert on wedding proposals. She helps people with their ideas, picks the right spot, writes the perfect speech, and photographs the proposal. She's had people proposing from rooftops, castles, even the zoo. And each and every single time, it's been a success. She says there are 3 things you need to get right for a successful proposal. 1. You have to give a speech. 2. You have to pick a smart spot. And 3. Choose the right time for the proposal. And if they say no?
They won't say no because you shouldn't propose if you don't know the answer is yes.
If you ask me, I personally would listen to Ash. Because right now, her success rate is 100% yes. At the end of the day, people don't need to get married to be happy. But if they do choose to, then it really helps to start it off the right way. That's 1 minute. See you tomorrow.
In New York, I found a guy whose job is to wait in lines and make money from it.
Hey Nas Daily, I'm Robert Samuel.
8 years ago, Robert was unemployed and really needed money. So when he saw a rich guy waiting in line outside an Apple store, he offered to stand in line for him for $350. And the rich guy agreed. It was the easiest money he ever made. So the next day he did it again, and pretty soon he hired his friends, started a company where they wait in lines for people as a service. Turns out a lot of people wanted to use this service, not just for iPhones, but for shoes, cakes, restaurants, and even government applications. After hearing about Robert, I am convinced there is no such thing as a bad business idea. You can build a business even from waiting in lines. That's 1 minute. See you tomorrow.
In Japan, there is a guy who gives people sisters to rent.
私の名前は石井雄一と言います。
Yuichi is an actor who saw how people in Japan slowly stopped coming out and just stayed alone in their rooms all day. These people are called hikikomori and they're very common in Japan. Why? Because Japanese culture has a lot of expectations, and when you can't meet these expectations, you become a failure. So these people just end up locking themselves in their room for weeks. So Yuichi figured, why not make them feel better by giving them a friend? Or even better, a sister. He started a company, hired women, and trained them to just talk to the hikikomori. And it worked! He got over 300 people to leave their rooms and go back out again. At the end of the day, Yuichi isn't a doctor or a therapist. He's just a guy who saw lonely people and gave them company. And that's all you really need to be happy. That's 1 minute. See you tomorrow.
If you're looking for a good job that pays well and is fun, then you have to see Australia. Here, people can earn up to 20 Australian dollars an hour for simple jobs like running a supermarket, picking up fruits, or even just diving into the beach to get pearls. They don't need any degrees, they just need to show up and apply for the working holiday visa. The pay in Australia is so good that some people don't even work 8 hours a day. They work just enough to have time to save money, travel, and explore the country's beautiful beaches and landscapes. That's why Australia before COVID had thousands of young people who flew there to work from all around the world and save money. So the next time you're looking for a job, think of Australia. That's 1 minute. See you tomorrow.